Hey guys, it's now time for a new segment that I'm just adding, the Vaping Minute Man store review. So, see you here in a couple minutes. Okay, guys, it is now time for the Vaping Minute Man store review. Now, this is a new segment I'm going to add, and if you guys like it, I'll continue it. But the thing is, a lot of times, especially for reviewers, when we get stuff in and we're unboxing them, we get stuff a lot of times from the bigger companies. They know they're sending to a reviewer, so they know that the people are going to see a lot of times how stuff comes in. And what I like doing a lot of times is I like just ordering from places just to see how they actually ship to the average person and if it's worth even talking about. Well, I decided now we need to start showcasing those that are good and we need to start showing those that are bad just so that we know exactly how they ship to the average person. So today we are doing a vape mail episode from Nicotine River. Now, because I did order nicotine in 100 milligram, it does have the hazmat label on it. It does say this end up. Plain cardboard box. Has the packaging list enclosed. And the label on top. I'm not going to show you that because it has my actual address. But this did come FedEx. I ordered this April 1st. And it's April 9th. I mean, in all honesty, that's not bad shipping time. Just you have to remember when you order from places like this, you could have a pretty decent span. So you know what? Let's go ahead and hop down to the review screen to where you'll be able to see it. Now I am going to probably have to hold this in my lap because this box is a little too big to fit on this table. So let's go ahead and hop. Oh well, you know what? Let's go ahead and look at it. Well look, I pulled out the old trusty dusty knife. But had to pull out a knife scare there. Let's see if they remembered everything. I would much rather look at this. Ooh, I like the way they're doing these packing lists now. They actually took the order directly from the website and listed everything on here. Stapled it together, and you know what? Let me go ahead, pause this real quick, and I'll be right back. I'm going to figure out how much everything here cost me per milliliter. Okay, now I have the math figured out. Let's go ahead, hop down, and let's open this, and I'll tell you how much I paid for everything per milliliter for these flavors. So, see you in a couple of seconds, guys. Okay, guys, you see my big belly button right here. Wow, it's a little too big even for that. We have the box. Now let's reach over here and let's see how they packed this. Luckily, I don't have this zoomed in or else you'd be able to see my address. Okay, now, I did get some Chubby unicorn bottles, which is what we see here at the very top. Let me move this over here so I can actually see what I'm saying. Okay, now these Chubby unicorns, I got these for 75 cents each. And I like how they have these individually packaged. And I did get These are 30 milliliter ones, and I got 15, so I should have 3 packs of these. And I do. So we're good there. I love how they package these separately. I've bought them in bigger bulk before, and they didn't package them in each in the little baggies, so I like that. Now, I did buy a liter of their Nic Select Nic Pure liquid nicotine. I will do a review on this here, comparing it to the liquid nicotine that I had before, and it is in 100 milligram. With there being 1,000 milliliters in here, I'm only paying 6 cents per milliliter. Now that was $60, well $59.99 for this, and I only paid 6 cents a milliliter. That's a pretty good steal, if you really think about it, because you only use 2 or 3 milliliters at the most in a 120 bottle. Sometimes it's a little more, but not much. And again, this one, I don't know if you noticed, it did come in its own little plastic bag so that if anything would leak, it would leak into the bag. I like that again. And they got a ton of packing peanuts. Now, this did come with all these child safety caps. Now, these child safety caps, they look a little small compared to what I've gotten in the past. But I guess they'll work. And I did order a bunch of bullet bottles, which I did have one issue with them in the past when I ordered bullets. They just took them and they just threw them in there, tops off and everything, and stuff got inside. Now, I'm glad to see now that they do 10 per thing. Now, I did order, how many of these did I order? Oh yeah, those little tops were only 15 cents each, so I ordered 15. I'm not counting them, it's not worth it. These, I ordered 20 bottles. They're 4-ounce bottles, and they were 60 cents each, which that's not bad. And here's the other 10. So there's 20. Now, they do include the card in here, which I like. And they went in here and they actually checked everything. And I really like that. They went in here, they made sure everything was correct. That shows that they really care. And look how much my total order was. $139.33 for everything you see here. They send this little thank you note, and everybody that packed it or checked it signed this, which I like. And lastly, we can go ahead and move back to the table so I can actually show you how it looks. So let's move my keyboard and we'll look at all the flavors. Because look at this. And they actually changed their labeling. For a lot of these, I had bought these before and the labeling looked different. So I actually like the fact that they look more professional. There we go. So let's pull all these out and we will... Oh. I just dropped one of my tops. So let me hop down here and get that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not cutting this other than that one little time. So if you don't like the fact that the camera moved a little bit there, too bad. Now, most of these flavors that I got in this order, I've already used in the past, so I'm not going to taste them, like Capella Creamy Yogurt, TFA Bavarian Cream, I use that in my cereal vapes. Of course, the creamy yogurt I use in my yogurt vapes. Fruit circles with milk I use, of course, in my Fruit Loops. And eggnog. This is one I bought a bigger version, which I am going to go ahead and taste this one. So I am going to put the top on this one because I want to know what it tastes like. I want to know how strong that eggnog is. It's a very slight hint. I have to admit I like it. Yeah. I mean, it's not an overpowering eggnog. I can probably get away with that being a base and then adding a little bit of dairy milk or something like that to it to thin it out a little bit. Maybe add a little bit of PG. I did get a blue raspberry cotton candy, which this right here was specifically requested by a friend of mine. They wanted me to try to make a blue raspberry cotton candy. I found this and I was like, you know what, I'll get it. I'll see if I can get a good one made up, and that way I can make that one for them. I do have a cinnamon roll, which, you know what, let me try out. While I'm here, I might as well try out these too. Oh, it's not overly sweet, but I'm not a big one on cotton candy. So, I'm going to be tasting it, but I'm just not a big one on cotton candy. Now, this cinnamon roll, whoa. This sucker's going to be probably a staple once I get it down pat. Maybe add a little bit of sweetener to it, and that's about it. I mean, that right there tastes good. And then Lucky Leprechaun, it goes in my Lucky Charms. Now, for pretty much every one of these, I paid 6 cents per milliliter. The only ones that were any different was the Capella Blue Raspberry Cotton Candy, which anybody who buys Capella knows that pretty much you pay a premium price for Capella. So we all know that if you use DIY e-liquids, we all know that normally Capella you pay a higher price. And then the other one was the Capella Creamy Yogurt, which was 10 cents. So really, other than that, they were all pretty much 6 cents because most of them were TFA. So, and I bought 4-ounce versions, or the couple I bought 2-ounce versions. They were still TFA or Flavor West, so they were still good priced. Now, let's go ahead and hop up top, and we'll finish this out. Okay, guys, now that you've seen what I actually got, I have to say, honestly, I am very impressed with the way Nicotine River sent this package out. The way it came out, it was very neat, which I still have some, and it was very secure, which I need some freaking water after tasting that one. That blue raspberry cotton candy was strong, but I always like to taste them, because when you taste them, you know exactly what the flavors taste like when it's just a little bit, and you can work off that knowing what you need to make. But I have to say, for $139, I got a lot for my money. I mean, I got the 100 milligram nicotine, which this right here will last me at least 6 months. 6 to 7 months probably on this one bottle of nicotine. Because I bought this one a year ago, and it's just now getting to the bottom. And the only reason I bought new already was because nicotine, I don't like to use it after it's been at least a year old. After a year old, it starts losing its potency, and I don't like using it. I might use that for me, but when I make for anybody else, I won't use that. But I mean, honestly, I got a bang for my buck. It was very professional the way it got sent out, and I'm very pleased. Now, if you like what you saw here and you want to try your hands in DIY, they do have a DIY starter kit. Let me pull that up and see if I can find it. As well as they do have one-shot flavors. They have Pazzo one-shots, which they have the Pazzo 1 Ace, Pazzo 1 Jack, Pazzo 1 King, Pazzo 1 Shot Joker is sold out, and Pazzo 1 Shot Queen. I've never tried their one-shots. I cannot speak for those. But, I mean, it'd be worth a shot. I mean, I might even get one just to see what they're like. Okay, they're DIY e-liquid kit. For $49.99, okay? You get, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 10 milliliter flavors. Which, honestly, starting off, that's, so 15 e-liquids starting off. That is a good extract amount to get used to it. You get liquid nicotine. You get 150 milliliters of 48 milligram. And you can get salt nic or regular nic. And you can choose if you want it PG or VG based or a 50-50 blend. You can get gloves, which is nice. And you can get 10 60 ml bullet bottles or 30 milliliter squeeze bottles, which I'd do the squeeze bottles starting off. That way you are able to get it. But honestly, and they come in 2 big buckets. So, I mean, honestly, for what you're paying, that is a good price. Because, let's see, does it say everything that's in it? Okay. You get 150 milliliter. We already talked about that. You get safety gloves. You get a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder, a 14 gauge, four 14 gauge blunt tip needles, 3 16 and 3 18 gauge blunt tip needles, a 100 milliliter glass beaker, polypropylene funnels, 10 milliliter lure lock syringe, a 5 milliliter lure lock syringe, and a 1 milliliter slit tip syringe. And 10, of course, 60 milliliter PET clear bottles with twist tops or 30 milliliter squeeze bottles. So that right there is a good deal. I'm actually going to put that down in the description. If you want to go out and actually research and maybe try DIY for yourself, feel free to go down there, click that link, and go over to Nicotine River and get that. Because when you order that, I mean, like I said, it's just $49.99 plus shipping. And you'll probably get it a lot faster than I did. Because these are pre-made. They don't have to go and all they'll have to do is pull out all your flavors. So, I mean, it'd be a great thing for you to try if you haven't already, because DIYing is the future of vaping. E-liquids are going to disappear, especially flavors. As of right now, I mean, it's looking like we're going to be getting rid of flavors. So DIYing will be the direction to go. So I highly recommend going and trying that out. But don't forget, guys, as always, we do have to fight for our rights. If you want to keep your flavors of regular e-liquids, you need to make sure to fight for those rights. Go out there, sign up for CASA, because honestly, they're some of the best. You know, come over, join us at My Vaporium. You know, we do a lot of things over there, and you'd be more than welcome to come over. But don't forget, guys, as always, you gotta fight for your right to vape. Yeah. See you later, guys. Hey, you! Yeah, you sitting there on your couch or looking on your phone. I mean, I don't care how you're watching, what you doing. Click that subscribe button if I've earned it. Make sure, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe on here. Why not? What's it gonna hurt you? Also, if you want to see more like this and you love the way I do it, check out these two videos. Yeah, this one over here in this corner, and then this one all the way over here in that corner. Check them out. Check and see if you want to watch more. Watch them. And don't forget, you got to come back because you got to fight for your rights to vape now. Yeah.